welcome everybody to the Phantom Zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money taking. The man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today, and recovering alcoholic, General full of fat. Anyone who was on my live stream last night will attest to that. I do not apologize. You know, some people would come up and be like, I'm so sorry about my actions last night. No, I'm not sorry. You guys want me to drink with y'all? I got fucked up. I went through half the bottle before I knew what happened, and we had a blast. It was great.
That's because you put a third of the bottle in your first drink.
Oh God, yeah, there was a misjudgment on the pours there, but you know, it was good fun. So welcome everybody. We're gonna be talking about the Mandalorian. We're gonna be talking about some spoilers, definitely. But if you've been on Twitter or any social media, these fucks have spoiled it. You know, I just want to talk about
I wasn't spoiled. I didn't get spoiled, and I didn't watch it until like 2 hours ago.
Same, but I saw the.
But you weren't on, were you?
Sure, I was.
People were sending pictures and saying the ending, just the main little ending bit.
And hold on a second. Before we dive into this and I get into a rant, I'm doing better here. I'm making intros and I'm going to be doing a little bit more professional. I got a laptop, so I'm like working on an actual intro because you guys deserve the best. In the words of the best Joker. Yep. If you guys, from the best Joker ever, I'm going to quote a little line. This city deserves a great kind of criminal, and I'm going to give it to him. And that's going to be me. It's going to be me. I'm going to be your guys' Heath Ledger Joker. But anyways, Diamond Knight, welcome. Hey, you came. Welcome. Good to see you. Geekocidal Tendencies, welcome. Lemon Pie. It's good to see all of you guys here. Jamie Vick, I'm just going to let you know I'm going to be talking spoilers, so I hope that you were able to watch the show so I don't spoil it for you. Just giving everyone the disclaimer. Hold on, I have a banner for that. Here we go. Disclaimer, we will be talking spoilers today. So if you have not seen The Mandalorian, we're going to get into some stuff, but it won't be towards the end that we spoil really big stuff. So if you don't want it spoiled, then go watch it and then come back. And I mean, like, watch it immediately. It's only a half hour, and then you can come back and listen to us talk about it. But if you don't care, or if you've already seen it, let's jump right into this thing. And right off the gun, this is really... Yes, this this stream is about the Mandalorian only, Jamie Vick, where this is our last Mandalorian stream, and we're going to be talking season final. Oh no, spoiler alerts, yep. I want to throw that out there because I don't want to be rude and spoil anything for anyone, but if you want to just know our ratings, let's give everyone the ratings really quick, just in case we have people who rewatch and they can get a rating and then come back in for the in-depth. So really quick, everyone give your ratings. 10.
9.
Cyber, what do you got?
9. I told you. Aspie. Perfect. Best thing ever. Puts everything else to shame for 10.
Oh, you've never seen the show? Jamie. Oh man, Jamie. You gotta watch. It's the best Star Wars we're gonna get, and we're gonna tell you why. PB, what was your rating?
9.5.
Nice. Oh, okay, so
you could do the decimals.
Yes.
So stuff happened.
I'm the same as
things were crazy.
Decimals.
So all right. Let's go into it. So Mandalorian, we had the opening scene was epic. I loved the fact that this is the one show that doesn't make guys look like assholes in this show. Like the way when Boba Fett got into it with Bo-Katan and her little like fucking helper there, right? And I thought this was gonna be like one of those one-sided matches, and Boba put her fucking head through that table and like choked her up.
She's used to it. She's used to it.
But yeah, I like they showed that. Remember how when I talked
about when Gina Carano freaking put one in between that guy's eyes.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, how could I forget that? Oh man,
Fantastic.
this was one of the most violent things. I haven't seen a violent scene in this show like that. I didn't think they were gonna do it. I mean, there was a cutaway, but you could see that guy's face was blasted. I was like, dude, they blasted dude's face. So, wow, I started watching Mandalorian because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But for those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to have a special guest on tonight. There's a special guest who's going to be helping us with this review. Oh, who's that?
Oh my god.
Oh, what did you think of this episode?
Oh no, is that?
Yeah, he loved it. All right. Who's your favorite? Mando? Okay. I could see why. You two got a special bond. Although you kind of did leave him for
Whoa. Him and Mando have a special bong? I missed that scene.
Oh man. So we get to the first scene, right? And this guy, okay, so they board the ship epically. It's holding that scientist guy that we seen from before. They board the ship, they shoot the shit out of people, right? And then they keep these two guys alive. One dude is like, fuck this, the Empire doesn't pay me enough, I'll tell you everything. And dude shoots him and holds scientist guy with the gun to his head, and he's like, oh, I've seen the devastation and yada yada yada, and you want to know what happened to your planet? And he goes because I was on the Death Star. And then Gina Carano does a funny little joke. She's like, which one? And I was like, ooh, snap. You go, girl. And
he was really trying to guilt trip her and make him think that he's saying it was a blessing that we blew up Alderaan because, well, they killed billions of people on both Death Stars and they blew them up.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I can't believe it. Like, this dude is ballsy, right?
Dude, Nazis always think they're doing the right thing.
They finally mentioned the genocide that Lando and Luke did.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that is really crazy is that I didn't think that they would go that route because he had scientist dude pretty close. And I'm like, well, she can't really blast him in the face that accurately. So I don't, and then bam. And then the cut. This cut was unique because they actually showed like his face being burnt. Like, I mean, it wasn't like really gory, but you knew the dude was dead. Like, there's no like quick cutaways like they do. It was like, and then he dropped back, and I was like, did Filoni get the okay to do that? Did they say you get one? Because that was a hell of a good one.
There's another one that's worse and more brutal than that shit later on in the episode.
Yeah.
Mandalorian snaps the stormtrooper's neck with the freaking spear. Holy crap!
I know. And you could hear the crack.
I never thought they do I knew they do force chokes and regular chokes in Star Wars, but I never thought they'd snap someone's fucking neck in Star Wars.
Dude, Okay, Dave and John pay so much respect. I just want to highlight a tweet from Twitter. Hey, what's that noise in the background? Who's got it?
Who knows? Who
Me.
knows?
That's you son of a bitch. Anyways, Dave and John pay so much respect that a fellow villain, and I want to shout him out right here because I've been on a stream with him. He is awesome. A fellow evil villain by the name of Doomcock came out and talked about how this episode that he can admit when he's wrong about, a show or a product, and how this episode paid reverence and respects to the Star Wars lore. And he was just he felt that was a great Christmas gift. Ahsoka, good to see you. So yeah, I know I got Baby Yoda here. He's here for the review. Say hi to my friends. He's saying hi to everybody. Hi guys. But yeah, he paid so much respect and reverence to his characters. And no, you can't have the monster. Stop it. This kid. He was trying to force lift my monster from me. I told him no, those things are bad. This show paid so much respect, and me and Cyber were talking about this earlier, right, Cyber? We said that this is how they should have introduced a certain person, because we're going to get to that. But this is how you introduce a certain person with the respect that they deserve, And
two things I wanted to bring up in the stream that we talked about before we went live, but I did that so we could both remember, and I forgot both of them. I'm pissed off.
I forgot to. But yeah.
You need a pen.
Theo, what's up, Theo? It was such a good episode of television. It really was. But anyways, dude gets blasted. They get scientist guy, and bam, they're right into the action. They're getting ready to go in there, and they make this huge complex plan to get into the ship. But first, they got to go and pick up help. They go to Bo-Katan's where she's hanging out.
I remember. I remember. Now I'm trying not to forget again.
Write it down.
So
no,
the
I know
bar
what it is.
scene. That was a great scene. What did you guys think about the bar scene? While you guys are talking about that, I'm gonna go check something for a second, see if I can send something here. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Vampire.
This guy here. I love the bar scene.
It's pretty good. It shows that Fett still has moves for an old guy. But man, Katana bitch to him being a clone. You're not
they don't like clones, which is consistent.
And it's hilarious too, because he called that girl young one. I was like, oh, he just grandfathered you. He said, listen here, young one, sit down. And then he called Bo-Katan princess, and I'm like, Bobo is just slapping them with disrespect. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He was like, fuck Mandalore. I don't care. I'm a bounty hunter. I don't give two shits about your war. It was like, man, that was great. And then when Banks was like thinking she was going to do something, and Bobo just bam, he grabbed her by the neck and was like this, and I was like, I seriously thought, and I'm
you only
sorry,
focusing on the first half of that fight, not the half where he was being put on his back.
No, okay, I'm gonna get to that, but for that first half of that fight, at least they showed the respect to show that, yeah, he's a huge dude. Now, I'm getting to this. What I like about this than most other choreographed fights is that realistically she overpowered him, because I like the fact that they showed her jetpacking off of something to get the to get the
High ground.
momentum to flip him on his back. It was a very well choreographed fight scene, and I respect that it doesn't diminish the strengths of either sides because women are fast and they're agile, and you have to play to your strengths, and she played to her strengths. And then when they both drew the fire blasters, I was like, oh shit, someone needs to step in or they're gonna burn the shit out of each other. And then she goes, enough. I was like, dude, that was like a direct tie. I loved it. It was really good. That girl should not have beat the best bounty hunter. I don't think she really did. I don't think she really did beat him. It was a draw.
They were still at, like, I would say, the first act of the fight.
Yeah.
Like, they hadn't even broken a sweat yet.
Yeah, let's be real. Fett didn't look like she slowed him down, and she looked a little bit like I don't know who was the first to do the flamethrower. But, I mean, it felt like she did it, and then he came up like this and countered. So, I think if that fight would have continued, which is why Bo-Katan said enough of the fighting, because I think, as he said, that young one didn't realize who she was dealing with, because that bar would have got torn up in the establishment.
You didn't hear Mando calling for the fight to end early, did ya?
No.
Mando was like...
He's like, he can handle himself, it's fine.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, let these kids work it out. I need to go get someone. Let's. He goes, let's get this pissy contest over with. Geeky Style Tendencies is hilarious. I do see. This is why I buy her being like this, because she did a real WWE move in that show. I'm pretty sure she does that shit in the WWE. I think I've seen her do that off of the turnbuckle.
You saw her wear a jetpack in the WWE?
Dude, I'd start watching the WWE.
Yeah, it was called Gravity.
Because I swear to God, I've been watching every week since WrestleMania, and I don't ever remember seeing a fucking jetpack.
But yeah, it was pretty good. What up, Gary North? I really liked that. Yeah, Theo, he's got it right here. That was original trilogy name calling, though. You know what it was, right?
No, that's exactly what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was this, and this is the thing. Every one of us knows who have seen the sequel trilogy. There's a difference between putting in these member berries as a way to distract from a genuinely terrible film and throwing it in because it fits the story. And everything they put in fits the story. There's nothing that is really forced in there. It feels like a natural progression. Oh my goodness.
Frickin' Star Wars jokes.
I know. He liked it.
That was forced in there.
Careful, he does the Force. You don't want to make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
I got a couple 100 miles. I feel like I'm okay. Like, is a force projection harder to do than force choking somebody?
Okay, I know this is not a part of the thing. Side note, this Kashyyyk map and the Battlefront 2, if you get the command post, everyone to this command post, they all spawn up here. And just
oh my God, you're playing the greatest freaking shooting game I've ever played in my entire life. I don't care what the GoldenEye fans have to say. I played both.
I mean, GoldenEye was
GoldenEye is epic. It is the greatest N64 shooter, but it ain't the greatest.
Yeah. But yeah, in context, yes, you're right. It isn't. I feel like both of them revolutionized the platforms in their own way. But shit, I got sidetracked because of Cyber.
That's fair.
And his affiliate status, which congratulations, by the way.
Indeed.
So here's the thing. They do the fight. They do the fight. They're on their way. They make up this epic plan. And Moff, I don't believe, fell for this bullshit. I had a problem with this one scene. How did they think that was gonna work? Like, I feel like it was an all right plan, but I didn't feel like it was.
Chase scene, it was a pretty decent idea, but you knew Moff knew it. Moff Gideon knew it the whole time, and he was leading him in.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I don't understand. It would have been a better plan if he wouldn't have sent the message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I think he picked up on the voice. Like, he's got to know what Bo-Katan sounds like. Like, I don't know why she'd be the one who would do the message. Like, there was just, and I understand, you know, I'm nitpicking here because we're being objective critics. And for me, that was the only thing. Like, I love the space battle. And I like the fight between Bobo and the TIE fighters. But I just think that the plan within itself was good when they got on the ship, but getting to the ship seemed a little janky. It seemed like just a way to get them there. And don't get me wrong, the scene was still tense. Them going into the landing pad or whatever, and you know, I liked the whole part where they were like, you got to get that thing out of there. I'm like, they're crashed. What do you mean they got to get it out? What
no,
are
you realize that the plan was double-ended, right? Like, they crashed in that area so that they couldn't continue launching TIE fighters at Boba Fett.
No. I mean, I got the idea of their plan. I just like the officer guy was funny where he was like, "Oh, you got to get the thing out of here." And I'm thinking to myself when I'm watching it, that's your only concern right now. You're like, and where are they gonna go? Like, where do you want them to move it? She took the legs off of it. Like, I just found it funny that the guy was like, "You gotta get that off the deck." Like,
you were in the military. There are dumb officers, right?
Yeah, there's dumb.
Oh God, yeah.
There's always dumb people.
Yeah.
So,
Theo Moss said,
"You just crashed a spaceship. Hey, I see you just crashed your spaceship. Can you move it, please?"
Yep, yeah, and Theo, I was right on that. Yeah, you know, that was my only other problem was the distress call, and then everything subsequently that followed was just epic. So from here, like, wow, like I kept on checking the episode. It felt so long, but not in a bad way. It felt like, wow, how are they going to end this? And every time I thought it was going to be the ending, another surprise happened. It was great. It was very engaging, and there was a good mix.
So
there was a good mix.
Husky.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
How many times did I say this? No.
Okay. Have you ever seen any clips from the show ever?
Yeah, did I pay attention?
Well, okay, I was just wondering. Anyway, did anybody else in the chat get the feeling when Mando was fighting that Dark Trooper like it was him fighting the Mountain in Game of Thrones?
Yes! Yes!
Okay.
Yes!
Like he came out, he stops the door from closing, he comes out, he punches him, he's up against the wall, and I'm sitting here going, you could have really used that helmet a couple years ago. I feel like I've seen this scene before.
Dude, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking that, but I didn't think about saying it now. But yeah, I was thinking that, and I thought, like, because of how big he was, I was like, oh man, is this gonna be an Oberyn moment? Like, because he beat the Mountain until he got cocky, and the most goriest fucking scene I saw
Yep, he
Oh
beat the mountain
God.
right up until he didn't beat the mountain. Moron. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, that was
he
the feeling
poisoned
that I
them. I
got
mean,
during that fight, which I thought was a pretty damn good fight. Which I didn't know. I didn't know what the Dark Trooper was going to do. I was like, you're just gonna keep punching this Beskar. You ain't gonna do anything. Like, it is solid. Like, I don't even know. Could Superman dent this stuff?
He could probably bend it.
yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's
if
a
he
good
took that
question.
staff, if it was nighttime, he would struggle to put a bend in it. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be a little bit difficult. And I mean, here's the thing too, like I feel like if he would have kept on punching him, he could have just killed him off of the shock alone because he was clearly I don't think he was like bloodying his nose or anything, but those impacts had to have been fucking hurting him some way because you could tell he was staggering around a bit. I mean,
Les Beskar is like Stowers vibranium, or it can reduce like the vibrations and the shock and the impact in some way. Not completely, but like significantly.
The impact is at least partially reduced at minimum by the fact that he's punching the helmet that is hollow and circular, and it is propped up against something behind it. It's not like he was standing there and he was hitting him like a punching bag, if you get my drift.
Oh, if he was, he could have probably broke his neck.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he wouldn't have had him pushed up against the wall, he could have snapped his neck right in half. So, having him pushed up against the wall, who programmed these stupid ass things?
Muff.
Not to mention too, I do like Theo Moss's point, and I'm going to explain to you why exactly they didn't have this. He said, it seems kind of dumb that Dark Troopers got pulled into space. They really don't have magnetic feet. Now, here's the thing. I think that perspective was plot because they didn't want those things interfering in the whole final showdown. But on the flip side, they had jetpacks and shit. So I don't think they were ever in danger.
But you watch this, and we're going to keep talking about it. This was Moff Gideon had a fucking plan, the bottleneck plan. They were supposed to probably fall out the airlock when it opened, instead of having their magnetic feet turned on.
I was gonna say magnetic feet. I bet they have magnetic feet, but that's not a thing that you would always just have on because it's going to make you move slower. Like, you'd only need your magnetic feet if you're not using the artificial gravity.
And right? I think too they knew by blowing those things out of the airlock that they were only buying themselves a little bit of time. It wasn't a permanent solution because they're fucking androids. They can't kill them that way. They don't breathe. We've seen them with rockets in the previous episode. So I think that was more of a stall tactic than anything.
I told you guys, droid beta.
Unless like you make a bunch of cheap mass-produced ones like the Separatists did.
Yeah, it was...
For anyone who was like, the fuck, what was wrong with the Separatists? They were cheap at the end.
They were, man. Them heads popped off them droids like super fucking easy. Like,
yeah, that's what happens when you do quantity over quality.
See, that's what happens, folks. That was a statement for outsourcing. Anyway. No, oh my God, I'm sorry. Anyways, don't outsource your battle droids. You know what's kind of wrong about that joke too is that the guy who was mass producing them for the Trade Federation, I swear to God, that was Asian.
No, the Geonosians were mass producing it. The Trade Federation
the Geonosians were mass producing clones. The Trade Federation was doing droids.
No, the Geonosians were doing fucking droids. That's why there were 2 battles of Geonosius. The droid factories were on them. The Kaminoans are clones, man.
No, geekicidal tendencies. I'm nitpicking because this episode is really good, but I don't want to seem like a total shill here. We're trying to be objective. But I'm just gonna say,
Disney check didn't clear yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still, I'm still waiting. Hey, I am not supporting this whatsoever. I am not being brought at all whatsoever by. Speaking of which, you can get this Groku right here for the low price of $49.99. So if you want,
did he just say
if you want to
Groku?
use the Force, go pick yourself up a little Groku. He's also motion activated, but if you hit the top of his head, he does tons of new stuff. Like he'll close his eyes, he'll take a nap, he'll answer you. That's right.
Wait,
and
you're supposed to scout trooper him?
He also uses the Force. And when you order it online, go ahead quick. Oh, he's ordering his. No.
Use code ZOD to pay 10% extra.
Put in the price code ZOD. And you can get yours for an extra 10% because I'm a villain. Anyways, back to the show. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. If I do get a call from Disney, that would be fucking weird. I wouldn't know what to do. Would I sell out my morals for a huge Disney check to promote something I like?
I would. Yeah, I want to be honest about your shows and stuff too, to the best of my abilities. Even if I really like the episode, or hate, even if I like the show, but I hate that episode or something, because I would do that. But I want to be honest because I want them to be like, if they're down and I say what's up, I want them to look at that and go, we can be better. Boom, better.
Yeah, like really, this felt, and we'll get to the whole season, I think, because we're getting close to the end of the episode. There's not a lot to talk about, so I'll go through and I'll give my gripe for this season in particular, because I do have one. But anyways, this episode, don't worry, I'll let you know what it is. This episode, though, right here, was sheer, just thoughtfulness. Well-crafted storytelling. The ending was emotional, but the fights were great. So we have the one fight with the Dark Trooper. He lights it on fire. That scene, who here was a little bit nervous when he lit it on fire and that fucking thing just looked like it smiled? And I go, oh,
no, that
shit.
thing just looked like it pissed it off. And I thought,
dude, and his eyes went redder.
Yeah, when he did that, I was getting some Battlestar Galactica Cylon feels. I was like, uh-oh.
You know what's ironic, too, is that Katie Sackhoff was on Battlestar Galactica as the best iteration of Starbuck ever. Oh, one love. Anyways, you ever want to see a great show, watch episode 2 when she's working out. Anyways, I got the turn there, but I'm just saying, like, watching her work out, and then one of my favorite episodes was season 3, episode 4, when her and what's his name get into a fight. They all have boxing matches, and it's one of those things where they reveal things about what's happening during the fight. And Starbuck and Adama's son, they've been having some issues, and they fight, and it's great because he beats the shit out of her, and she gets some good shots in too. But they're sitting there exhausted, punching each other till they can barely move their fists, and then they just fall down and they start saying, and she's like, "You're an idiot." And he goes, "I know," and he goes, "You're insubordinate," and she's like, "I know," but I mean, anyways. You want to see
let's get
Katie
back to the
Sackhoff
point. We
in
haven't even
phenomenal.
talked about the scene where he gets the child back.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
Yes, please.
scary Cylon moment. He uses the Beskar spear and spears its head off. We get to the epic moment, right? And I love this scene, the way they
honestly thought
contrast.
that thing was going to stand back up after he speared that thing. Like
Oh yeah, me too. I was like, God, I hope that thing's dead. I mean, if that was just one, man. But yeah, I do. I agree with you, Geekocidal. It does. We need to fucking bring that show back with all the cat. We'll make another stream on that another day. Anyways, so they have this epic battle scene, and then we get to my favorite cut I think I've seen in this show. You see Bo-Katan, you see May. Yes, we're gonna call her May. Okay, she is forever May. Anyways, we see Bo-Katan, May, Cara Dune, all of them get into the bridge, and they're like, where's Moff? And then bam. Did you guys expect anything different? We knew it was gonna come down to Moff and Mando, but the dialogue between them is great.
I know.
And honestly, I didn't think that he was battling him to kill him. I think he really would have walked away, but he had to give that final FU, which we'll find out at the end of the episode, to Bo-Katan. And he comes out with that dark saber.
But before the way he was talking, he really he made you think, I'm not the villain in this. He basically gave another type of speech that was, I'm not the villain in the story type speech, even though he didn't say that. That's what the speech I got from him was when he was talking.
So this was the reason where they lost the 0.5 for me, and it's the same reason that I had the last time somebody had a duel with this effing spear and a lightsaber. Why are you not sliding the lightsaber down the spear?
No, I can debunk your theory because I was thinking about that when I was watching it. He did.
About the bit where he was talking, and I haven't even said this part yet. So, they both said they both wanted to get what they wanted. He had the blood, and he said, "Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted the kid for. You can have him back." And then he goes to grab the kid because that's what he wanted, and that's when he takes it out and slices at his back. Which, if you didn't see that coming, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and during the
fighting bit.
And during the scene, PB, I can debunk your theory. He did slide it down to the hand, and if you go back through that battle, he was blocking it. His hand has Beskar on it. Your point was valid for the first battle because Ahsoka doesn't have anything on her hands except for those weird cut-off glove things, but he did slice the hand, and you see visibly Mando blocking, like he took where there's breaks in his armor, he actually moved his wrist up so that just the hand piece was blocking because he did come down on the spear. He came straight down and hit Mando's hands, and Mando pushed him back with his hand.
Okay, I guess I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, rewatch
pay closer attention to that part. Because if
watch
that's
it
true,
in slower speed.
I'm gonna have to take my anger at this episode and put it retroactively to the previous episode. What was that? 3, 4? I don't remember.
Yeah. Because when you said that, I was like, oh, I thought of what you said, and I go, oh no, oh no, PB's gonna. And then it's about when they're in the hallway. Watch that scene because he does a slash and he moves the darksaber down. And Mando sees what he's doing, and he quickly turns his wrist, and you can see the big part of the Beskar that goes across his knuckles. He actually he hits it, and Mando pushes him to the wall. and then kind of
Okay.
like pushes off of them. So yeah,
think that's what he
they
knocked
must
it
have
out.
heard our complaints and adjusted because there was I couldn't find anything that was really like egregious in the fight. I mean, besides that, I didn't notice
Who
anything.
was the director of this episode?
Who was? It was right at the end. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, it wasn't John or Dave.
No, I wasn't paying attention to that part of the credits because I was watching the part of the credits when they say the people in order because I wanted to make sure it was what it was, so I don't remember.
Yeah, which by the way, we'll get to that scene, but
You like that? No preemptive spoilers here. We spoil everything in order, unless purpose here.
And I like what
jump
Geekicidel's tendency says. He said Gideon wouldn't have the saber skills to move like that in the heat of battle and all. And he said the guy also directed episode 2. The man directo guy.
Okay, so when he had the spear at Gideon's face, well, the way Gideon was fighting, he could have grabbed that spear and kept the fight going.
I mean,
are we at that point yet where we can say it yet?
Yeah. Go ahead.
He did that. He brought that fight up upon Mandalorian on the Mandalorian because he wanted to test Bo-Katan because he knew that's what she wanted. But you can only get the saber by fighting for it. And just like what we all said in the past, he didn't want shit to do with it, but he couldn't just hand it over, according to the Mandalorian codes.
So I mean, it was a very good. Oh man,
Gideon knew he was
Michael
going
Mann,
down,
yeah.
and he went down.
Yeah, his 3D chess is working out.
Gideon knew he was going down, so he pretty much bottlenecked them into this whole thing to make sure it was him and Mando. Mando would win, so then it would test Bo-Katan's heart.
I mean, there was so much layers going on here, and a lot of emotional stuff too. We're gonna get to that shortly, but all in all, PB, now you're gonna have to give the 0.5 back.
No, I don't give the 0.5 back until I see what you're talking about. And I'm not going to see what you're talking about until we're done here.
All right. We'll converse and, you know, maybe do a little bit. Maybe next week we'll do a whole overview of the series, and then I can have Ahsoka come on, and we can talk about it.
A lot of people will be coming to the stream.
What's that?
Next week's Christmas, not a lot of people will be coming to the stream.
You're putz.
Oh, of course they will. It's General Zod. They'll be here. Anyways, so we had some good stuff going on. Also too, I'll still be in quarantine on Christmas. So if you guys don't know, I had to take a test for the zombie virus. I'll get the results soon. So
Didn't
I'm
you
under
tell
quarantine.
them that vitamin D affects your biology differently? Didn't you tell them that?
Yeah, I told them. I
they were like, nah, then you get 2 swabs.
Yeah, you know what's funny too? I talked to my dad about this, and I was exposed to someone in my factory before, and I didn't get it. So there's a good chance that I probably won't get it again.
I don't want to hear about your sexual escapades at work and your exposures.
Oh God, I mean, there's a lot of bearded, burly men. No.
That's why I don't need to hear about it.
This Mandalorian says, this is not the way. Yeah,
I agree.
But it was pretty good. So we get to the bridge, the final epic climatic showdown. There's a tense moment here I want to talk about, and it was what you were going on. There looked like there might be a fight between Mando and Bo-Katan, and she was looking hard at that saber. Like,
Oh yeah.
she was looking hard.
He thought that was going to be his initial opening. He thought he was going to be able to get her to turn on him immediately, and then all you have to do is take out who else is there?
Yep.
The other Mandalorian, and
I go for May first. She never misses. So
Yeah.
I take her out, and then I take out the other Mandalorian, and then I would have gone for, who's ever not winning that fight. Well, he's not going to go for Mando because the Beskar will protect him. So then I go for Bo next, and drop my gut after that. He could have gone for Cara.
No, he's just got to kill enough people that he can escape. That's all he's trying to do at this point, because all of his people have been murdered.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys forgot about
just
Cara
enough to
doing
get.
it, so
I think he was banking on they would be too distracted fighting that even if he took off people, she wouldn't stop because Katan wanted that thing. Decacidal, I feel the same way. But anyways,
it's so funny though. Like, we all knew Mandalorian didn't want this, and he's like, "You got to fight." All right, I yield. No,
I
you
yield.
have to have story. Like,
that made me laugh. I was like, "Yeah, I yield." I was like, "Dude, you know it doesn't work that way. Come on."
I was like, this is not how you play the Game of Thrones.
I was like, there's no, you can't tell me. Yep, that's right, Grogu. That it doesn't work that way. See, look at his face. He's even like, yeah,
Oh
he was
God.
laughing when that happened. Yep, you didn't think he was gonna give up, did you? No. Sorry, Grogu's having a great time. Anyways,
so why does Mando have such reverence for the weapons maker, the armorer, that she told him, you got to do this one thing, and it's all he cares about?
Well, I'm taking. Okay, so when a Mandalorian takes an oath like he took, and I believe this was from like Clone Wars or back in one of those, it's like pretty much a blood oath kind of a thing. So when he said, swore on his honor and all that jazz, is pretty much set in stone. Like, that's his mission until it's complete. He's going to get this child where they have to go. And he made that to that blacksmith. So,
Right. So then I guess it goes back to the inmate Bill Burr question. Which oath supersedes which oath, right?
we saw clearly by the end which one superseded which one.
But we're
because
not
he was
there
willing
yet.
to get. Yeah. Okay. We'll get there. Geekasido's tendencies did bring up another good point. Have we seen blasters or any of those guns jam before?
Yes, a couple of times in the Clone Wars, and it is mentioned that it does happen because Obi-Wan refuses to shoot that clone when he was in the jailbreak scene in the Clone Wars when he was in disguise, and he lied. He's like, the blaster's jammed. Now, I believe it can probably jam multiple ways. One, the cartridge is not set place, or two, it locks up. And I think that's how blasters lock up in Star Wars. They can jam as they lock up, or cartridge not in place.
He says it's a light-based weapon. I would say it's an energy-based weapon, which isn't exactly the same.
They're gas-based.
Gas?
Yes. That's why they have cartridges. It's a power cell and stuff. It's kind of. I have the blue. I gotta find them. I don't know what happened to him. I had a thing that had several like blueprints of Star Wars. Yes, I know it was kind of made during the EU era, but it does give you an idea, and it shows all these things and details of how these worked, and they're pretty much kind of like gas and laser based, but that and like
So
how
this is them doing a callback then, right?
yes,
Because this was established. That's actually makes the writing better.
is
So there
in
you
the
go,
I mean,
Kyle.
because in that the
the-
Clone Wars even showed that it was loaded both in the 2003 and 2008 ones. In season 1, it was shown during the betrayal episode, and the uh and the jamming. It happens.
That's cool.
It's
That's cool. I
not
like it.
Yeah. It probably also happens when they don't keep their fucking guns clean, like in real life.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue, and that goes across any weapon that has a cartridge or rounds and stuff like that. It can get jammed, backfire, stuff like that. So that's pretty accurate. Let's get to the scene. This is the scene, and let me put up my banners before we start. Disclaimer. Spoiler.
disclaimer.
There we go. So the scene that should have been in The Last Jedi, Ryan the talentless hack Johnson. This is how you do a legacy character justice. So they get surrounded. All of these dark troopers are coming. The bridge is surrounded. They're thinking they're going to shoot it out. I don't know how, because those things are Cylon, like metal based, just crazed looking things. And who
Dude,
do
they're
we
like
see?
T-850s.
Now, here's the thing. I didn't put it together right away because I didn't think they were going to do it. I did, but I didn't. And I saw a green lightsaber. I'm like, I'm waiting for it. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Ahsoka
Oh my
has
God, you're a
white.
putz. You are such a
No.
putz.
So I'm thinking, I jumped to everything else. I'm like, wait, no, Ben Kenobi's dead. Who else has it? I'm like, oh God, what? And then, like, this Jedi comes through. Not gotta say his name yet. This Jedi comes through, starts fucking up all of these things in the most epic, spectacular, like,
okay, yes,
throw.
spoilers.
What?
And we saw you mentioned he came in an X-wing, a red X-wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I knew from the X-wing too, but it's like my brain couldn't compute how awesome this moment is because I saw the X-wing and I'm like,
that's what happened to me. They're like, it's one X-wing, and I was like, no. And then I was like, the third time I was like, I told you, fuckers. I told you. I fucking told you.
Yes, you did. You did tell us.
I still felt it was still awesome to see that part.
And then,
who
is it? It is the GOAT, Luke Skywalker, and they react like I think they should have. They said, "No, don't open the door."
Are you crazy?
This whole scene was also awesome. Not to see Luke slashing them all, but Grogu, the way he was feeling him in the Force, and then Gideon's like, "Fuck." That was the expression on his face.
Jedi. Uh-oh.
No, I think he knew who he was.
I think he
knows everything.
Yeah, he knows everything. And when he saw that, he goes, "That's the motherfucker coming to pick up this little son of a bitch. No, I'm not getting out of here. My plans are fuck it. Go to phase DEFCON 3 right now." And he does something crazy. So we'll get to the big reveal later, because he does something, and me and Husky were talking about this. I don't think he did, but Husky thinks he did. He turned the blaster and shot Bo-Katan, and Husky thinks she's dead. I don't think she is.
Purple like it if she was dead. He's been wanting someone to die in this episode. Purple would like it if she was dead.
I thought that he shot the other chick. I thought he shot Sasha Banks.
No, he shot
I almost thought that too until it showed her off to the side and like a scene. I'm like, oh no, he fucking shot Bo. As I looked at it too, and it was white.
And it tracks too, because Bo-Katan was said that she wasn't around the time period of the sequel trilogy. And I'm like, how are they going to do that? And then I'm like, oh no, when Husky was telling me, I'm like, maybe they actually really did kill her off, because one, she has her own series on Netflix that just got renewed, and two, you know, I think she was only contracted for this one season. So I was like, well, they could bring her. No. And as Cyber saying it, I like, no, damn it. But yeah, she wasn't moving, man. I was like, man, I think they took out Bo-Katan.
And we'll know the next season how they react, if it'll pick up right there.
But yeah, so
I don't see why it wouldn't.
We get past that. We see Mando dive, saves the kid, goes. He could tell by the way Grogu was reacting to the monitors. He opens the door, and dude lifts.
Hold on. You skipped over the fact that they decided to take the end scene from Rogue One and just turn it green instead of red. Is that not what you got from that hallway scene?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, because he was crushing them with the force, like when he crushed that one robot. Yeah, that was definitely some shades of Rogue One, where he like crushed the insides and then just went and let it go. I was like, oh my god, this is pro status. That ain't no. He didn't just call some B-list Jedi. That's an A++ right there. That's an S rank Jedi. Like, you know how you play games and you got the rate? That was an S rated pull if you were going for, you know, a character you want.
Most definitely.
And I was like, oh, and then he lifts the hood. So let me talk about something with this scene that I liked. And I read the articles. Did you guys know Mark Hamill was actually in that scene?
Yeah, that's why I told you I was watching the fucking credits.
Yeah.
Yep. And I knew you were going to get to that. That's why I said that. Because, yeah, it was him. But the de-aging on this was
it's called
phenomenal.
barf technology.
And I gotta be honest with you,
binary augmented retro framing.
And it didn't look bad at all. It really didn't. It was for
most
of it done.
Mark Hamill's really good at keeping quiet at this shit, man. No one
isn't he though? He's like, yeah, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm out. You motherfucker.
Yeah, and
I love it.
I saw the article, and he had the biggest smile on his face, and I go, that is how you do. This man deserved a fucking proper introduction and respect. And this scene was so respectful. And who did he have with him? Did you guys not get giddy when R2-D2 came and you heard the beep? And I go, no, not
the real goat.
Fucking R2-D2 also?
The real goat.
So now you know that it's directly connected.
Yep. I was like,
it's got the droid.
Like, John, Dave, you sandbagging sons of a bitches.
And this confirms that they quite obviously leak stuff intentionally.
Right?
Like when they don't think that they have a winner on their hands, they're like, we need to leak this out because we don't think it's going to go well. And it gets out there, doesn't it? But when they got something that they know is going to be a fucking hit, they don't say a goddamn word about it. Who knew about this?
No
A
one.
month
No
ago.
one.
2 months ago.
No one.
This
Only-
episode has been finished for who knows how long. Nobody knew a fucking thing.
My dad mentioned this though. How fucking awkward would it have been if Fett was on the ship with them?
Oh my god! He would have been
Oh
like,
man.
he would have
You'd
been
be
like,
like,
you son of a bitch, I owe you. I think Fett would have been more pissed off if Han Solo would have been there. That would have been a fight. But I think
Giga Saito
Luke,
was bringing up the thing I was going to bring up too, is that R2 seemed to recognize Grogu. I recognize that. I'm like, he probably saw him when he was just like him and Anakin were walking around the temple and
I
stuff.
was gonna say he met him before.
yep, and Geeka Style Sentence, he says R2D2 seemed to know Grogu was for his temple days. Yep. It was so, the scene was so well done. It was like they connected this is how the movies should. Why the fuck don't they have movies yet? Like, I heard they're getting a movie, but they should be doing like an Old Republic trilogy.
Oh yeah,
These guys,
a rated R
they
Old
would
Republic
do.
trilogy based on the Sith side.
I mean, the respect, the time, the care that it took. The fact that they got Mark Hamill on the DL. He must have loved the script. He must have saw it and been like,
He must have.
finally.
He screamed like a schoolgirl, and he could.
I mean,
He would
not-
probably say that if you. And knowing Mark Hamill, he probably would say that if you asked him.
Not a plug for anybody because that's not what this is. But if they were gonna do that movie that you're talking about, I just want to see it. If it's going to be a trilogy, it could be the Rule of Two trilogy because that's what you want to see, right?
Oh yeah,
The Acolyte.
yeah, definitely.
That was one of the things they announced. The Acolyte, which is obvious what that is taking place and who it may or may not be about.
I mean, who would?
I mean,
I guess I don't remember which name. Who would the Acolyte be?
I think because they said it's supposed to take like 200 years after their High Republic novel, but I think it's like was it 200 years or 200 years before Episode 1? And I'm like, well, if Plagueis was an alien that trained Palpatine, maybe he could be the Acolyte that it's about.
yeah, they've been really
if it
secretive
takes
about
place
these projects.
then. I mean, I don't think any of us actually know, and unless it's out there someplace and I just haven't read it, the actual age of Palpatine. Is there a confirmed age?
No, but you can tell he's kind of supposed to be in his 30s, 40s, maybe.
No, that's what we're supposed to think. But what if there was some type of dark side magic that he was using to keep him younger?
Sith alchemy.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I can sum this up best with a quote. The dark side holds mysterious and unnatural abilities.
No, dark side is a pathway to many abilities. Some would say would be unnatural, something closer to that. I fucked it up. My brain fired in mid-sentence with that.
Right, like making yourself look way younger than what you actually are, and allowing yourself to live way longer than you naturally would be able to.
Yeah, Geekocidal said, Mando is made out of love for Star Wars. The new sequels were made for business, for Bill to recoup. Yep. And okay, so I read this article, and do you want to know what the supposed critic, not us, the fans who you guys have been hanging out with, talking and saying logical complaints or stuff like that, but the shills, they say, oh, Star Wars has to go back to its legacy instead of moving forward. And I'm like, you fucking dumb idiots. You clearly don't understand.
Yeah, because it's a 8-episode season, and we got a legacy character for what? 4 minutes?
I know, and these idiots, they write, oh, they've got to bring it back to the past in order to move the story forward. And I'm like, clearly, you didn't get the point of the story. They were reaching out to a Jedi. If Ahsoka wasn't going to be the one to chain
Because she's not
Grogu,
a Jedi.
there ain't that fucking many Jedi left.
She's not a Jedi either.
Yeah,
I even
These
said that. I'm
people
like,
don't follow
she's
one.
going to go to Luke because Luke is the only Jedi out there. He's the only one a part of the Jedi religion, and it was passed down to him from Ben and Yoda, the last two
And
Jedi a part of the
he's
religion.
the only master left. There is no other Jedi masters that I'm aware of still alive. I mean, there's been talks like maybe one or two of them, but none we've seen physically with our eyes, not the fucking EU. So all you weirdo EU fans,
that you guys can all rest easy with the knowledge that Grogu is going to get murdered by Ben Solo.
God, I hope they disregard that part. But let's talk about the other thing too that was.
What do you mean disregard that part? It's what happens. None of those Knights of Ren are tiny little fucking green men.
Hey, that never happened. I'm disregarding it until I actually see it now in a new show or something. Until then, Lil Grogu lived and fuck Ben Solo. Anyways.
What the fuck?
But did anyone else get a bit choked up with that? That's how Mando should have took off his helmet in the first place. Because when Lil Grogu reaches his little hand out, and then he's all like, "Oh," and he takes his helmet. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't even want to go back to this moment right now.
And don't say anything about him. It was like, it doesn't got to go against his code. Bitch, he has the dark saber now. He makes a new code now.
I was so like this, and I want to point out something. I know what people are going to be saying, like, oh my God, Grogu's gone, blah, blah, blah. But look, I think this is good for The Mandalorian going forward because the show is called The Mandalorian. And if we want to look at this from a storytelling standpoint, this was like a 2-season arc, was getting the child, him growing a bond. They developed it properly over a season. And then Grogu had to go and do his things. And he said, I'll be back, kid. So, Grogu will probably make an appearance here and there. They ain't going to give up that cash cow. But, I think this was good. This was good for moving his story along because that was all good and well having Grogu, but it took the focus off of the Mandalorian, and I want to see what Mando does now that he doesn't have that mission. He has the darksaber. Does he go to Mandalore now? And if Bo-Katan is dead, that raises a whole bunch.
Why would he go to Mandalore? Exactly. He's not going to go to Mandalore.
It's glassed like Halo, like reaches in Halo.
I mean, but then who leads the rest of the Mandalorian? I mean, there's still questions.
What rest of the Mandalorians?
Fuck them. I mean, clearly they showed they're still out there.
Mandalorians. Okay, yeah, they're still out there, just like the Jedi are still out there somewhere, scattered around.
Well, no, we've seen them. They're still fighting and shit. Apparently, I mean, that whole ship. She goes, it was going to the cause. Well, the cause means that there's more people, and someone's got to pilot the fucking ship.
Whoa. Going to the cause. Yeah, they're going to take the ship, they're going to sell the ship, and then they're going to have a great weekend with hookers and blow.
Mandalorian season 3.
No, what I want to know... Oh, what was that, Husky?
Mandalorian season 3 is Din's new ride. What's going to be? What's going to be his new ship? I want to know what his ship's going to be.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that he's gonna go to some desert planet on the outer rim to do a job, and maybe the payment can be the ship of a guy who's sitting on a throne who doesn't need a ship anymore because he ain't going anywhere.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the bonus scene at the end. Bib
Yeah, I love
Fortuna got
Marvel.
really Bib Fortuna got really fucking fat.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So-
So, what do we think about that? What does this set up for?
Well, I mean, it's to set up his show,
Yeah.
but I
I mean-
want to know, is his show and The Mandalorian going to be having crossovers at some point in the future?
Yep.
This is
That's
something
what I
I
was
think one of my
thinking.
family members, I think it was my younger brother, brought up. Is that going to be Mandalorian season 3? Is Fett's story, and then the next season we'll be back with Din.
I mean,
Oh,
there's so much they can
interesting.
do.
Remember, it said the Book of Fett. The last book we had, it had 16 chapters, was Din Djarin's book and his
Does
story.
it say that in episode 1 of season 1?
I don't know. They might not have said that. I wouldn't have said that if I started it out. I mean, A New Hope.
Okay,
Yes,
because
because
it could
they're
go.
giving away too many
It
clues.
could go either way, because it could go that way, or it could go, this is the Book of Fett, which is a different show, which starts at chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
in
still
either
wouldn't mind
case,
if they keep going through with all these with Mandalorian stuff, but then give us a way blast for the past, like the start, like the first Mandalorian and the mantle of Mandalore. Don't give us an origin
mean, there's
story
so
of the
much stuff they
Darksaber.
can
I
do.
want that origin story instead if they ever do that.
Oh, Kika
Yeah.
Sidle Tendency said, I wonder if he'll buy new or used for the spaceship. Well, seeing
He's a
how the
used guy.
Razor Crest was, it's definitely used.
He's a used guy.
I mean,
No,
the man
No, it is.
forms strong attachments with a lot of things, so he's really got to go through shit with whatever this new ship is because it takes him a while. You could tell, like, when he lost that ship, I think I couldn't tell which he was sadder about. Like, that scene, I could see him crying through the helmet. Like, when he just picks up that one piece and he's like, I can't repair this. It's fucking dead.
Fucking.
They
that
named it
episode
the
was
tragedy, and I think the tragedy meant the ship.
He lost everything that episode, man.
Okay, I got a question for you, Zod, because I don't know for sure. I saw your tweet for the show tonight. Was the last scene that you're talking about when you say that ending was epic? Were you talking about Luke, or were you talking about the post-credit scene?
I was talking about Luke.
Okay, because after I saw that, I was like, oh shit, now I'm not sure which one he's talking about, because he's a huge Boba Fett fan, and that was spectacular. Like, I was not expecting anything, because sometimes I don't watch after the credits. Because it's a Star Wars thing. What the hell you gotta watch after the credits for? Well, I'll be watching it all the way to the end now. Son of a bitch.
I know.
It was a Jon Favreau Star Wars
thing. I know.
You know how he likes to do his post-credit scenes. It took me by surprise, too, because I was going through it, and I was getting ready to shut it off. And the unicorn said to me, oh, wait. And I go, what? And I got to admit, PB, when I posted that, I left it intentionally vague because I didn't want to be one of those dicks that I saw today just fucking ruining it. So that's why I said that was fucking epic. And I didn't clarify because that was like a two-pronged. Like, I saw Luke and then I saw that, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't.
My younger brother,
this episode can't possibly.
told us there's an extra credit scene.
But yeah,
What?
the extra credit scene was great. Hey, this is great. You want to read that? From Lemon
Yeah,
Pie.
as soon as I have it go bigger on my screen. Turn sideways, phone, you bastard.
Yeah,
Lemon
I hate
Pie
that.
says, what does Emperor Palpatine use in prison to defend himself? A sheave.
Lemon pie,
That was good.
lemon
That
pie,
was good.
lemon
Lemon.
pie. Have you now or ever been related to Generation Productions?
Oh, he's
I know,
totally
guys. I
related to
wasn't
Generation
expecting that.
Productions.
Oh man, that was great. But here's the thing. This episode was great. I mean, there's not really much we could say. I think I'm going to dedicate the next whole stream to just talking
Yeah,
about
but it
this season.
destroyed all of the EU, man. Like, I can't believe that they would do that.
Even EU people. I've seen a couple of EU people come out and go, "Fuck."
They finally
was-
creamed themselves.
They're
Really?
like, fuck. I can't. Fuck.
Really? RK Rage Post ain't all bitched out over it?
No. He was like, now if they could just do Mira Jade, because we confirmed Luke. I'm like, oh,
Jesus
okay, get off.
fucking Christ, man.
Just-
Get off
it-
Mara Jade, whatever. Okay, we get it. You guys like her. She's hot. I'll admit it. Mara Jade is hot. It could fit in the story. Clearly, these guys respect the old Star Wars, so she may make an appearance, but slow your roll, buddy, okay? Can't we just be happy we got a good
one thing
Luke
at a time,
Skywalker?
everyone. One thing at a time, everyone.
Yeah, like
they're doing something right.
And-
One thing at a time, okay?
But yeah, I'd say this was respectful. It was epic. The story made sense. It capped off 2 seasons and it told a complete story. And I think that they should do this format. They can do a storyline for a season or 2, but then switch it up so that way you don't get like a thing where people get used to a character, or we're just seeing the same shit over and over every week.
You want to hear something very interesting? Incredibly interesting. You got 3 Star Wars fans on the panel right here, and I'm going to guess that all of us are going to pick the final scene as our favorite scene. Just a guess.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Oh yeah.
I could be wrong. Okay.
I mean, all the
And
answers are great.
we talked about it,
My favorite
and-
scene is when he snapped the stormtrooper's neck. But no, my favorite scene is the ending.
Yeah, as a whole, yeah, exactly. Or else my favorite moment was when Kara's gun jammed and she got it unjammed in the elevator. That's hilarious.
I mean, my second favorite moment would be when Kara blasts that dude's face, because that's the most violent we've had on this show or across
that was
these new
pretty
Star
good.
Wars ever.
That was
And
pretty
the whole
good.
thing with
Anyway,
the jammed, and this is why I also mentioned the Meg to geek societal tendencies, is I watched the Meg and when she was slamming it and it moved a lot, and then I'm like, boom, I'm like, oh, right there when she fixed it, it finally locked into place so it could fucking work.
aha.
Yeah, she goes,
Anyway.
nope, I'm good.
My point is, we have, as you put it, the goat show up, and we all go fucking crazy. But you don't see any of us saying, oh, when are we going to see Luke again in the show? We need more Luke in the show. This show ain't going to be shit without more Luke. Because it's not what the show is.
It never was about Luke. The journey.
I don't necessarily care. This show could go on for another, let's just round it off nicely, another 8 seasons, do a full 10 seasons, and I don't ever have to see him ever again, and I'll be totally fine with it.
Yep.
Exactly.
You had an idea from the first that he was going to reunite Grogu with one of these Jedi that you knew about. And the only two Jedi you were for sure were alive was Ahsoka, who's not a Jedi, but she's a Force user, and then Luke. It was going to be one of them. You're going to see both of them.
So, and we got both. We got both of them.
mean,
We got as fans everything we could want.
With the way that Rebels played out and how Ezra always seems to just get away, I'm relatively confident that he's still alive if Thrawn is still alive.
Yep. So we know some point we're going to be getting Thrawn, and more than likely,
he might be.
Ahsoka's going to be back.
I mean, Ezra might be at Luke's academy already. I don't know that either.
Okay. I wanted to see if Mark Hamill was saying anything on his Twitter, which he's not because he's being good and respectable. But like 9 hours ago, he's saying, "Seeing anything good on TV lately?" I know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about, but he's not saying
Oh my god, that is so epic. Oh my god,
dude, you know, you can tell how much Mark loves the fact that they did him justice, and I bet you he read that fucking script through and through before he has his time. He was like,
like, "Are you shitting?" He's like, "You see." First, he was like, "Are you shitting me?" Because remember, he was promised some really good scenes for the first two sequel movies.
Yeah, he got in shape,
and he never got those scenes, and he was upset about that.
And then now this TV show comes along with these two guys, you know, and he's like, you know, they're good. He knows that he's probably watched The Mandalorian, probably see their work, see what they're doing, and they're like, "Hey, Mark, we got you. We got you. Just sign on. You'll love this." Sent him a script, and he was probably giddy, like, "Oh, I can't Twitter. Damn it! I gotta lock out that Twitter until this season is done."
Everyone's happy what they did with Luke. No one can deny it. Everyone's happy what happened with Luke. Because that's what we all wanted to see, and that's what we wanted to see in the freaking sequels. We wanted to see him be as badass as Vader was in Rogue One. Which is what we all thought was going to happen. With like, oh, if Vader's like this, what the fuck are they going to do with Luke? Last Jedi comes out, you slam your head on the table.
Oh my god. Like, okay, you tell me what's more awesome. Projecting yourself so that you're not actually fighting anybody on the other side of the galaxy, or lifting up a dark trooper and literally crushing him, not to nothing, but small enough that he just stops working. Just internally crush him.
God.
Like, did anyone feel like a bit of Anakin once he was crushing it like that? Because that's how Anakin was.
Yes.
You felt his father in that scene, but not the Vader. You felt his father, the Jedi. Anakin.
I feel like. Go ahead.
Like the viciousness in battle that they have, that focus, that like, if you get in their way and they're ready to go, they're gonna fly. Oh god, if it's machines, man, you know, maybe stormtroopers he might just throw to the side or something because you know there's the person in there. But machines, him and his father fight exactly the same because they're ruthless. They show no love towards machinery. Like, holy fuck, dude.
No, they show love towards machinery because they both love R2.
Dude, D2, yeah, but you know R2's like, oh god, I'm so glad I'm on this side of it. he didn't even watch. He wasn't, because they didn't give a clue until the ending. He was just like, I'm gonna let Luke handle this. And
he was just chilling in the X-wing, waited a bit, and was like, yeah, I can start heading over there right now. And then he's like, watching, he's probably going through the rubble. Was like, yeah, bitch, I've seen that phase before.
So, question. if Grogu was on that special rock in order to connect through the Force, how is Luke able to just know where to go if he's no longer on this special rock?
I think the rock establishes a connection if he didn't have the connection to the Force. And now that Luke senses him, he knows where he is in the galaxy. He knows what he feels.
Yeah, because they had that
He can
GPS.
find him. Just like
So
how
he
Yeah,
just knows.
just like how Vader and Luke knew when each other were there, especially like in Episode 6, Vader knew Luke was on that shuttle heading down to Endor.
Yeah, except that that's like, let's just keep it, uneven. It's still a large scale, but a small scale galactically. They were in the same solar system. I'm talking
But
systems away, and then the other person moved position, as in he was on the planet. They connected. He's like, oh, I need to go to that planet, pick him up. And then you get in the X-Wing, and then you're like, oh, you've moved. Okay, recalculating.
I'm going to give a couple more examples, and don't interrupt me. Obi-Wan felt the destruction of Alderaan, and Yoda felt the deaths of all the Jedi across the galaxy.
yeah. And you got to figure Luke is what they said in the OG trilogy. He's the most powerful of them. He has, Vader type powers, I assume, only on light side scale. He's what his father should have been. So if Yoda could feel the deaths across the galaxy, then probably Luke just had to adjust and feel. And remember, too, Grogu, when he was in that cell, he was, using some massive force power. So all he had to do was just pick up a sense of that and be like, okay, now I know where he is.
Or
then just get close enough to pinpoint.
Luke probably felt him in the Force, but he felt him get captured.
Yeah, because I want to say that there had to have been some feelings there, and he could just use the feelings of, I don't want to say he was terrified because he threw them troopers around like he.
Lemon Pie, are you getting mad at us, guys? We told you the spoiler thing, and then we said his name.
Yeah, we said spoilers, Lemon Pie. I even had the banner. Oh man, I mean, it's not like other times where I've just jumped into it. I did good.
Spoiler. Geekicidal tendencies. That's funny shit.
But yeah, Lemon Pie, go back and watch them, man. Like, yeah, man, it was epic. It was epic. That's why Star Wars fans are going nuts on Twitter right now.
He's not mad at all at us.
No, Lemon Pie is a good sport. We like Lemon Pie. But anyways, we've been going for like an hour and a half. There was so much to talk about just on that Luke stuff alone. We all gave our ratings and our favorite scene. So I think we're going to start wrapping this up. Get to the channels. Talk about Bubba is an affiliate. Tell us about this affiliate status.
Yeah. Let me get my link.
Drop that.
After my stream today, thank you for everyone who came. I know PB was there, Shu was there, Stone Cold Jeremy was there. He's not here tonight, but he was there on my stream. And now when I go stream next week, I might do Monday. I might put Monday on there. I'm thinking Monday through Wednesday or just Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll think over it in the weekend, and you guys will know pretty much when the week starts. But I'll start my stream because the next step after this one, which will take a really long time, obviously, but the next step after affiliate is partnership. But now that I'm affiliate, you guys can donate bits. You can sub to my Twitch channel, and that supports me, and then it gives me money. And when you do get affiliate, for anyone knowing, you do have to sign out like things like a tax form so you can have it. Like I have a W-9 now on my computer because
Meta boy.
Like no one told me that thing. I'm like, all right. Good. I was always worried.
Welcome to
you get
taxes.
All this stuff.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah. You get all this stuff and they sit you up and it's like, hey. And Next step is Path to Partner, which I have 2 of those 3 of, and that's an average of 75 viewers. That's why I'm not too worried about that one right now. That's another road. Maybe I could get there at this point next year.
Nice.
So 2 things in history have happened today.
Wait,
I
so
got affiliated, and the end of the Battle of Verdun happened today.
So to get to this level, you just needed the average viewership of 3, but to get to the next level, you need average viewership of 75.
Yes, well, here I'm going to tell you what it is.
Jesus Christ!
In 30 days. Okay, so this was the one for affiliate. You have to reach 50 followers. You have to stream for 8 hours, not a single day, like in the 30 days. Stream on 7 different days, average of 3 viewers. I always got the stream for 8 hours and 7 different days the most because those are the easiest to get. And for 50, stream for 25 hours. I have that. That's an easy one to get to. Stream 12 different days, which that's easy. I'm on 13. Average of 75 viewers. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger, the partner.
Nice. So let's get that going. Let's get that going. Make sure you guys are checking them out. Make him a wealthy Twitch man. That way he can afford that Beskar armor. Change out of that green armor, get some sheen to it. Little paint job.
Don't be painting my Beskar.
And of course, the biggest EU fan on the panel, Pop Culture PB. Tell us about the next EU video you're going to do after you had an EU-gasm from seeing Luke. Oh,
yeah, the next DCEU video I'm going to do. That's what you meant, right? Right?
Yeah! One for the Snyder fans, one for the EU fans. You want to be pissing them off multiplayers.
I don't know what the hell I looked up. I went on to Twitter. This will be real fast. And I seen people talking about stupid Zack Snyder again. And somebody's like, oh, man, Wonder Woman 1984. I can't wait to see what they do in the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And I was like, that's not connected to Wonder Woman 1984. It's in an alternate reality. And the person's like, yeah, whatever. So I was like, okay, to the internet. And I find it. Zack Snyder confirms. I was like, here you go, dumbass.
I'm going to say this. Snyder won't be able to do what Filoni and Favreau did today.
No, he won't. Not even 1/10. Not even 1/10. Everyone's
going to have Batman kill someone, and I'm going to cry. Not tears of joy like tonight. I'm going to cry.
And I'm going to say right now, I'm going to tell y'all, I am not going to be endorsing this Snyder Cut. I was going to watch it. I am not. If you guys don't know, I've been covering the Amber Heard stuff, but I'm a little pissed off at Warner Bros. For what they did to Johnny Depp with Fantastic Beast. And now I'm upset for what they're doing to Josh Whedon because now Gal Gadot came out and said something. Well, looks like I'm not watching fucking Wonder Woman. They're destroying 2 people, and I can't endorse a company that does that. So it saddens me. It hurts my heart because I'm a General Zod fan, but I won't be watching either of those.
Don't worry, General Zod wasn't going to show up in the movie. They're not going to bring him back with some other box.
I think this whole thing is ridiculous, and I'm not going to endorse a company that does that. I only watch The Stand because Amber Heard is playing herself a evil, conniving bitch. So I don't think it was really acting. If you guys read The Stand, you'll be laughing at that joke because the part when I seen what part she had, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Amber Heard's," and then I like, no, wait for it. And then I watched the show and I go, "Yep, this isn't acting." She's just like, they're like, "Oh, I have to be a conniving bitch who dicks over everyone and fucks the devil. Sign me up."
I can
That sounds like I
try.
just have to come to work. I just have to come to work and show up. This is like the easiest paycheck for her ever. And then, oh, you'd love this, PB. You gotta fucking watch this show. Ezra Miller plays the other asshole in this
Oh my
show.
God.
That one, he was in the stand. He was played by the one guy, but basically his character fucks them over for her, and she kills him in the other series. She winds up killing him. That's like the evil deed that she does to get in with the devil. So I mean, they're both playing like he's playing a drug addict douchebag, and I go, this isn't even acting. They're both
Sad.
just being
Sad.
themselves.
You got geekicidal tendencies hooked.
That's a good
Yep.
review.
Yep. Thank you. So, yeah, check it out because it's not acting at all. My only gripe with this show, and I'll be releasing a review, by the way, but I'll give you a little tidbit. My only gripe is CBS does the same shit that they did with Picard and that they did with the Twilight Zone. More gore, blood and guts is gonna make it better. It's like, no, you don't have to. You're telling a story. Just think about this. In 2020, you're telling a story about a virus that kills and devastates millions of people and fucks up the economy. This couldn't be the best time. Everyone's like, oh, this is the worst time. No, this is the best time for King to release this because the story is supposed to be an allegory, and it was in the 80s the first one was made, and it's happening in 2020. You can't release this at a better time, so you don't need a bunch of fucking gore.
And Stephen King said, like when this started, he said, "Don't be too worried about this. Just take so and so precautions because the Stand it will be there in like a couple of generations, but the Stand has no cure." Does
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And we'll be there one day because we keep doing all this sanitization stuff. And then these
It's a problem.
bacteria, even though they will mutate and evolve to be immune to that. And I learned that in my biology class, and that thing scares me more than anything else.
That's only
Um,
half
you-
of the equation. When you do that, you also have the lack of antibodies built up in you because you're not getting exposed to anything ever.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Rob's Rule. Shout out to Rob's Rule. If you guys don't know, go check out his YouTube channel. Great coverage on the Amber Heard stuff. That we're all part of a group, and they do great coverage on that lying cunt. But anyways, the Geekicidal, that was a race swap that they actually should have done. Let me explain. In the original Stand, it was actually a jazz player who was black. But at the time when he released it, ironically to ABC, they thought their demographic wouldn't like a black man in a white cast. So they actually race swapped in a white guy. So Stephen King's just doing the story like it actually should have been done. That's why that part didn't bother me. He was in the book, he was a black jazz player. And in the show, they just swapped him back to a black jazz player.
CBS
That swap
cares,
actually
guys.
made
CBS cares. Always remember. Oh wait, did you say it was ABC?
it was ABC.
ABC back to their usual antics. I mean Disney.
CBS cares. ABC bullshit.
I was like, when I saw it, everyone was like, "Oh my god, they swapped it to a black," and I was like,
Zod,
"No,
you must tell
actually,
Rob.
Zod,
you gotta tell Rob what you just told, like geekicidal tendencies.
Oh, yeah. Rob, Amber just played herself in this show like a conniving, evil bitch. It was like they just said to her, "Hey, Amber, you know all that shit in the news? Yeah, just play that here, and we'll be good." and Ezra Miller, douchebag. So both of these people, this is the case where I can't really get mad because Amber Heard is essentially playing Amber Heard in this show. Sure, they call her Nadine, but it's really just Amber. So when I'm watching
I
it,
never
I'm like,
knew what her middle name was.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it might actually be her real name. I was like, conniving bitch who's gonna fuck the devil and get raped and thrown out of a window? I can deal with that. I mean, I know it's gonna be harsh. Everyone's like, oh my God, why would you say that? But folks, that's what happens. She gets like just owned by the devil and then throws herself out of the window. I don't know if that's gonna happen in the new one, but it's in the book, it's in the old show. I'm not spoiling anything. That happened. Hopefully it happens again. Hopefully he fucking breaks her neck and rips out her intestines and then throws her out. Why? Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie Vick. I'm sorry. I did not mean to drop the hard C. I just hate Amber so bad. There are certain people in this world who deserves that
I agreed
label,
to
and
that.
Amber Heard is the worst.
I didn't know that I agreed to that.
I know this is off
Yeah, we did.
again.
We said we would not drop heavy C's because it bothers her. Hey, what up, Wookiee supremacy? But yeah,
topic, but there's a couple of things. One, we were shutting down the stream, and two, I did go public with it. This is actually me going public with the affiliate announcement on the stream. I did not share it to my Twitter or anything. I just sent it to a bunch of friends and stuff that helped me. I think I missed a few, and I feel bad about it. But yeah. So pretty much, this is the first time I actually made this announcement publicly.
Oh,
PB didn't even get to plug his channel.
Yeah, so
okay.
Anyways, PB, go ahead and tell them about your channel. And
they know about my channel. The Zack Snyder videos are on the Prophets of Geek Culture. Go there and watch those videos so that you can really learn what's going on with the Snyder Cut and how our Lord and Savior is going to save us all.
Okay, now
I'll drop the link for it.
PB, I remember PB did plug. He didn't drop the link, and then Zod went on this tangent. Because
I mean, you want to hear about Ben Affleck smoking dope, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's on the Prophets of Geek Culture.
Also, too, I just want to point out too that they cut out Jason Momoa to put in Amber Heard for a dream sequence, so that's fucking awesome. I'm so glad that she's getting all these. Thank you, Jamie Vick. I'm so glad that she's getting all of these promotions for, lying about one of the greatest actors ever and trying to destroy a legitimately good guy who's donated millions of dollars to charities and help people around the world and gives a crap about his fans and things like that. It's good to see that Warner Bros. Has their priorities straight. I'm so glad that we could promote Amber Heard. She's just great, and I really hope.
Zod, you get a pass on calling Amber Heard that from Jamie Vick.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No one, you know what's amazing? No one likes her. Like, I thought Brie Larson was obnoxious and bad, but holy shit, she's making Brie seem like tolerable at this point for me. Like, and then she comes out in an article and talks about, oh, I'm so glad that the fans of Aquaman are happy to have me. And I'm like, bitch, have you not been reading do you just ignore social media? Because clearly with your stupid, I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow, but with your stupid asinine statements, you're telling me you've gleaned out of a petition at 1.8 million people to remove you from Aquaman. You gleaned that we're all happy. I think Ben shared some of that dope with her. Ben has that premium shit because she must have been like, look at how much they love me. They love me so much. I'm destroying a great actor for my subpar acting skills. I was only good at one movie, but I coast off that motherfucker's fame. Then I scored a role in The Stand because really all I gotta play is myself. And now the MCU wants to make me Sue Storm, but who cares because the Fantastic Four fucking suck anyways. And I'm gonna be in an extended scene because Zack Snyder's a talentless hack. So he'll just put me in whatever. He doesn't care about allegations. He just wants to make a nonsensical movie. This year's going great for me, guys. Like, wow.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, come to my channel. I'm gonna have a video up tomorrow where I will highlight an article from our favorite, of course, we got this covered, Shills, talking about how Amber thinks you guys are the bestest. She wants to thank the fans for giving her the opportunity to be in a fuck, I can't even say it.
You fucking cunt.
Oh.
Means friend.
She wants to thank the fans, all of you guys, for giving her the opportunity to be an Aquaman. So we're gonna cover that, and I'm gonna
Husky,
do my.
You need to put your Twitch link in the chat.
Again?
Oh yeah, and go to the
Yes.
Twitch.
Put it in.
Yes.
There.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Wookie, I agree.
Oh,
He
until he
says,
turns off the stream, right?
"Oh, awesome, Jamie Vick. Let's put this up. Jamie Vick says, I was one of the first to sign the petition to remove her from Aquaman 2. Good for you,
We
Jamie.
We need to get a petition on all the petition sites because half the time signing shit on change.org doesn't work.
Yeah, we need to put out a couple of more petitions. So make sure you guys are supporting the channel. Oh, by the way, go support Steve.
August 22nd would be National Meme Day for Stephen Carl Stephenson.
With 50% off everything at Snapfish. Get big savings across
Yeah, 50% off. Anyways, I'm gonna do the outro. Thank you everybody for coming. You guys are all great. Hit like, share this video, share it, tell everyone about these reviews we do. Next week we're gonna be doing an overview, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing the news, Netflix versus Amazon. So people, pick a side. It's gonna be fun. Anyways, this has been General Zod. Remember the only rule. What was that?
I side with Netflix.
well, we're gonna discuss that. But remember the only rule here in the Phantom Zone, Neil, before General Zod.
Nah.